Oh, hi there, everyone. Welcome to another episode of Cardwell's Cauldron. I'm Cardwell.
And I'm Kevin.
And with this production of Geektopia Island, we have made a pretty awesome deck here, but Kevin, this feels a little stuffy here, doesn't it?
It does. It does.
Here you go.
You know. That's better.
It feels a lot better. Alright, let's get to it. With a new, clean set of cards, all the bad cards are away. Let's get to the Shocklands.
The new standard rotation.
It's just amazing. Now, with Teddy Roosevelt, he once said, "Speak softly and carry a big stick." Well, I introduce America's Big Stick. It's a Jeskai beatdown deck, and it's just the glory of what Boros can bring. Pretty much. With a little blue splash in there to help even things out.
I'm right with that.
Yeah. Now with this, let's get into it.
Let's do it.
First creature, Goblin Banneret. 1 red, 1/1 mentor. Pay 2, 1 and a red. Banneret gets +2/+0 until end of turn. This card is insanely good. I feel like it's a sleeper uncommon, and hopefully the pros will pick this up because this guy's crazy.
He also has Mentor. You failed to mention that.
Oh yeah. That's what makes him super good.
Yeah, that's what makes this dude so silly is because when he attacks, you put a 1/1 counter on target attacking creature with lesser power.
Yep. And the fact that you can open-endedly pump this guy up, you can make even your bigger dudes, a little bit bigger.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like this dude a lot.
And yeah, he's just good.
He does some things. Alright, so next up is a Swiftblade Vindicator. Red-white for a 1/1 with double strike, vigilance, and trample. Because why not?
Yeah, why
Let's just throw all the abilities on one dude and see what happens.
The 2-drop that has 3 keywords? Yeah, done. I always say this, but he's like the little cornerstone of the deck. Like the fact that he's a 1/1, so your Banneret can pump him up. All your other creatures with Mentor can pump him up. And he has double strike. Like, come on. This guy's going to get bigger immediately by turn 3 no matter what.
He can attack and block because he's got vigilance,
yep.
And he's going to trample over for whatever's left. This
yeah.
dude is pretty insane. Like, really he is.
Early game, it's like, oh, your early blockers, well, it's dead. And you still take the normal damage after first strike damage. He's amazing.
He's pretty good.
Like, I've play tested this deck, and it's extremely fun and fast. Now, this guy, he's a little super secret guy. It's why I also have blue in here. Warkite Marauder. 1 in blue, flying pirate, 2/1. Whenever it attacks, target creature defending player controls loses all abilities and has a power of toughness of 0/1 until end of turn. This makes all your little dudes just be able to swing by. Like your Banneret, your Swiftblade Vindicator, and of course we'll talk about Legion Warboss next. Just like your little gobbos, oh yeah, they can squeeze on by. He's insane. He wasn't played at all before rotation, and I'm going to use the hell out of this guy.
He's pretty good. He just does a lot for you.
Yeah, he makes it where you can push through as quickly as possible.
Yeah, I like it.
Now, you love goblins.
Alright, so this next dude is my boy. He went up from a Legion Loyalist to a Legion Warboss.
Yeah.
So he worked his way up. 3 mana for a 2/2 with Mentor. So when he attacks, you put a 1/1 counter on attacking dude with lesser power.
Yep.
At the beginning of combat on your turn, create a 1/1 red goblin creature token. That token gains haste until the end of turn and attacks as combat if able.
Yeah.
This dude is awesome because he only makes those goblins attack.
Yeah,
not all of your dudes.
Ones you create has to attack. That's cool. If it survives, cool. Yeah, like he's saying. So if you play 2 war bosses, they don't accidentally hurt each other.
Yeah.
You just produce goblins that swing.
I mean, you're still going to be attacking with both of them because that's how Mentor happens.
Yeah,
but
exactly.
And I mean, it's goblins. That's what they do. They just turn dudes sideways. Kabow!
This guy is so good.
He fought his way from being a loyalist to a war boss, so more power to you.
Yeah, he deserves it. He deserves this.
Also, thank you Wizards for keeping lore wise the same, because that's the same little dude.
Yeah.
He started out Swiftblade, then he went to a loyalist, then he's now a war boss.
It's cool. Like, okay, we go to different planes, but even that plane is still happening while the other crap is happening as well.
It's my favorite.
And like I said, with this Warkite Marauder, turn 2, war boss turn 3. You just like, oh, the dude that you just played, that's a 0/1. Now I can maybe block this goblin if you want. Like, it just lets damage happen.
I'm down.
Now this guy, Taji Legions Edge. 1 red, white. We finally get to play him because I thought the other 2 versions of him were kind of stale and blah.
Yeah.
But he's a 3/2 legendary creature, haste. He also has Mentor. Prevent all non-combat damage that would be dealt to other creatures you control. So they have to burn him first. They have to prey upon him first. He's just so amazing. And then, just in case you need it, red and a white, he gains first strike until end of turn.
Yeah, this dude is insane.
Yeah.
They're just so much value for 3 mana. 3/2 haste.
Mm-hmm.
Make sure the dude's big. Prevents damage that's dealt to your dudes. And gets first strike. What more can you ask for 3 mana?
For 3 mana. That's insane. So, of course, turn 2 Vindicator, turn 3 this guy, you're already swinging for 7 damage, turn 3.
Yeah.
Like that, it's enough to turn the tables really quick.
Yeah, that's silly. That is silly.
We have 3 of them in the deck because you want him as fast as possible.
Yeah, definitely.
Now, I was very iffy on this next card for a while, and of course, if you love Angel, so you can go ahead and talk about
Aurelia is one of my jams. Aurelia, Exemplar of Justice, red, white, and 2 for a 2/5 flyer with Mentor. At the beginning of combat on your turn, choose up to 1 target creature you control. Until the end of turn, that creature gets +2/+0, gains trample if it's red, and gains vigilance if it's white.
We already talked about it in the pre-release, set review. It's weird that the red creature gains trample, but here, it's going to work out. And I don't know. I talked a lot of crap about her, but I think in this deck right here, she can blow out people real quick.
I think she's going to be amazing just because, like we were saying with Mentor, it gives that one dude that you need to cascade the Mentor the bigger power. So you can just be like, that dude's big, cascade Mentor, cascade Mentor, cascade Mentor. Exactly. Because that's pretty much how you work Mentor down correctly, is make one each dude 1 power more that has Mentor. So that way you just Mentor. It's just silly the way it works. And
with the spells that we'll go through, Mentor makes it where you're still matching their power of their creatures while you're playing spells. So it's like a very amazing tempo skill.
Yeah. Best thing I've heard about the Boros and Mentor ability in and of itself is that it's like a puzzle. Mm-hmm. And once you figure out how that puzzle fits, it'll work super well. Like a puzzle would. You have to get that puzzle right.
Right, correct. And I have play tested this deck a lot, and it just dominates from what I've played with.
I like it.
And speaking of the puzzles and the spells I was talking about to help tempo out, Justice Strike. It's a red and a white instant. Target creature deals damage to itself equal to its power. So you could horribly say, stop hitting yourself, and then they'll hate you for it. But this is the kill card that Boros needed.
Yeah, it literally kills every creature pretty much in the format except for 5.
Yeah.
Because 2 mana, this gives red, white an answer to Galta.
Yep.
That's what everyone's needed an answer to for a very long time. Because you're just like, that's a 12/12 dude.
Yep.
That's a dead 12/12 dude for 2 mana. Great.
Or you played your Still Leaf. Okay, well, now it's a dead Still Leaf. On your turn, I get to go ahead and have tempo out.
Yeah, it's so strong. Just the ability to be able to just do that is fantastic.
Yeah, just instant speed too. Next one is one of my favorite cards of the set, and I don't know if it's going to really work here, but it's a Mission Briefing. 2 blue, instant, Surveil 2. Choose an instant or sorcery card in the graveyard. You may cast that card this turn. If that card would be cast, put it in exile instead. So Surveil, if you don't know, it's basically like Scribe, but instead of putting a card at the bottom of your library, you put it in the graveyard. I don't know. I just enjoy this. It's super overblown right now. And a lot of pros are saying it's not really that good, but I still think it's perfectly good.
Yeah.
Because even though you're like, well, I kind of need a kill spell, let's see what I have. If you need it at that moment, you can put it in the graveyard and cast it. Or you can set up your next 2 turns at the end of their turn. It just helps.
I think it'll be okay.
Yeah.
We'll have to see what it does.
Exactly.
Next up is Response and Resurgence. So Response is a red-white hybrid. So either 2 white, 2 red, or any combination.
Yep.
And it's an instant, and it deals 5 damage to an attacking or blocking creature. Fantastic.
Hey, get that lighter out of here. I don't care for it.
And it splits into a Resurgence, which is 3 mana and red and a white. So 5 mana. Creatures you control gain first strike and vigilance till end of turn. After this main phase, there's an additional combat phase followed by an additional main phase. So you just get to attack a lot.
Yeah. You just, all your dudes are standing there and like, and you just, and Mentor triggers twice. When I was,
that's silly.
Yeah, when I was able to play this card, I just had a Vindicator and a Banneret, and I was able to pump up Banneret like twice because I was flooding out. So I played this. My Banneret's a 4/1 and Vindicator is a 1/1. So you just swing. Oh, it's a 2/2 double strike. Swing again. It's a 3/3 double strike with trample and vigilance and first strike because of the Banneret doesn't die.
That's pretty silly.
And I was just able to win right there because it's just insane.
Yeah, giving you extra, like Boros needing extra combat phases is just what it does.
Yeah, it's what it needs.
It's just like, hey, we're gonna swing and we're gonna swing and we're gonna swing.
Yep.
Hope you're dead.
With all my little dudes getting bigger, and it's amazing.
Yeah, it's just the thing that Boros has always had. I mean, last Aurelia, that's what she did.
Yeah. And now with this, I have 2 in the main board. It might be taken out, it might not. But Deafening Clarion, 1 red, white, sorcery. Choose one or both, which is kind of weird for this one. It deals 3 damage to each creature, or your creatures gain lifelink. So, I feel like when they said that one or both, they were just going with the cycle, of course, and like they're expecting you to do it with big creatures because you want to play control with this. But in here, I found out that if you're on the draw and they just like pump dudes out, you're like, okay, well, turn 3, kill all your dudes, and now you can just go on about your day.
You can also be real cute with this. If they have a lot of little dudes, you can clear their board and Tajic gets rid of the 3 damage that's dealt to your dudes, so you can lose a Tajic and be like,
God.
Kill you.
I didn't even think about that.
Yeah, because he prevents all non-combat damage, so this can deal the 3 damage to each creature. The only one on your side that would die is Tajic because he's small enough to die.
Which is fine.
But okay, great. It killed all your dudes. And my dudes now have lifelink, and I get to swing in and kill you now.
Yeah, for some reason I thought it was only opponent's control, but yeah, Kevin's right here. That's insane. Thank you for just
you're welcome.
Throwing that out. It's like, that's even way better now.
Yeah, Deafening Clarion is pretty good for choosing both, because it clears your way. That's its purpose, is with little dudes, you're just like, nah, get out of my way.
Yeah. And then I'll swing and gain a bunch of life. So yeah, super good.
Fantastic.
Now, also a reason why I have blue in here is Ionize. 1 blue and a red. Instant. Counter target spell. Ionize deals 2 damage to spell's controller. Seems good.
Cancel that deals damage. I'll take it. Just, no. Yeah. Take your damage.
Yeah.
So good.
Yeah.
Oh, man. One of my favorite cards of the new set.
Yes.
It's also one of Cardwell's. Card is insane and it's going to do a lot for a lot of people. Risk factor. Red and 2 for an instant. Target opponent may have risk factor deal 4 damage to them. If that player doesn't, you draw 3 cards. So everybody remembers Browbeat, right?
Yeah.
That's what this card is, except this is an instant instead of a sorcery.
Yeah.
Which makes this card insane.
Jumpstart.
Yeah.
Jumpstart is also, man, this is a hodgepodge of all the new keywords apparently. Almost. Jumpstart. Discard a card. You may cast this from your graveyard as long as you discard a card. And you have to pay the exact same mana. And that's fine with me.
Yeah, so essentially you're paying 6 mana to either deal 8 damage or draw 6 cards.
Or deal 4 and draw 3.
Yeah, any way you slice that, I'm okay with it. Because it's all as an instant. So you're like, cool, into my turn or into your turn when I'm done attacking, you're just like, cool, yeah, I'm going to do this. Do I get to draw more things to kill you or not?
Especially if they think they might have... You might have an Ionize, or the one where if they attack your block, deal 5. Like, if they see those tricks, they'll make the wrong, combat steps.
Yeah.
So then at the end of the turn, you're just like, take damage anyway. I don't even care.
It's pretty silly.
This card's gonna, I believe, with this card, if they discover it, Jeskai Control is gonna be insanely huge and popular, and probably gonna be dominating. Because it's just so good.
It is a very good card.
It is my favorite card of the whole set, to be honest. Now, because of the new shock lands, we're able to play these 3 colors without like sweating at all.
Yeah.
So of course, Clifftop Retreat, Glacial Fortress. We have, of course, the basics: Island, Mountain, Plains, and Sacred Foundry is the red-white shock land, and Steam Vents is the blue-red shock land. And then, of course, the other buddy land is Sulfur Falls.
So you're going to get whatever color land you need for whenever you need it.
Exactly.
Pretty much every time.
And you don't mind taking the damage just in case you get the Clarion to gain life. And also, you're just racing as fast as possible.
Yeah, I mean, and it's shocklands. I mean, we're used to shocklands by now. Like,
yeah,
let's get
exactly.
real. We're used to paying 2 damage for land.
If you're a new player, just realize it's okay. It's okay to take 2 when you need to play a dude or a spell. And if you take 2 and say pass go, they're gonna think you have something in your hand, even if not. So it's a good bluff as well. And sometimes, you know, taking 2 damage for them not to attack or cast something is worth it.
Yeah, it is true. All right, let's talk about sideboard. What do you got in the board for this guy?
Okay, now we have an honorable mention, and it's charge. It's 1 white. Your creatures get +1/+1. People are gonna be like, "What about Goblin Chain Whirler?" Wah! I don't know if it's actually going to be used, but if you're scared of it, charge is the card you want to do. Because there's no do that makes it where your dudes get -1/-1 counters anymore. So it's literally going to be 1 damage. You pay 1 white to charge. Okay, my dudes are still alive. Thanks.
I like that.
Yeah. And of course, the next is Siren Stormtamer. Sell the Wreckage is going to probably be really huge right now. And the fact that it's just a 1-drop that can be mentored, just in case.
Yeah, I mean, we've gone over Stormtamer a couple times. She's just really strong.
It's insanely good.
Anything that's a creature that can counter a spell is almost always good.
Yeah.
Almost always.
It helps you mostly against mid-range, because they'll put in more kill spells and probably board wipes like Sell the Wreckage so they don't kill their dudes. And Stormtamer is the perfect card for that.
Yeah.
Yeah, my favorite. Disdainful Stroke. 1 in a blue. Counter target spell converted, mana cost 4 or greater. This card is insane, especially if you want to play tempo or mid-range, is what I love to do. Because, yeah.
It counters most of the cards I play because I like playing mid-range cards. That's where I'm at.
Literally, it's like negate or that, but everything you want to hit with negate is pretty much 4 or higher. Board wipes, and this gets creatures that are bigger than yours, creatures that's going to kill you, like Chupacabra now. It's just good. It's just insanely good.
Yeah. Next up is Lava Coil. It's a red and 1 for a sorcery. Deals 4 damage to target creature. If that creature would die this turn, exile it instead.
Yeah. Rekindling Phoenix is no more.
yeah. Get that out of my game. Because everybody and their dog still plays that card.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's just a really good flyer, really.
It really is. But with putting 3 in the main deck, and hopefully you get it, and you'll be like, okay, well, that's dead now.
Yeah,
so
that's just out of my game.
Alright. Of course, with the whole new set, there's 3 mechanics that deal with the graveyard, pretty much. And Remorseful Cleric is going to destroy all that. 1 in a white, 2/1 flying, Spirit. And sacrifice the Cleric, exile graveyard, all cards from target player's graveyard. There we go. So yeah. Just a creature that beats and exile their graveyard.
Yeah, and like you said, you can always have this swinging in. It's going to get mentor counters just the same. And you just get to keep beating until they do something with their yard. And you're like, no, stop it.
And even if they're like, we'll kill it, well, like, exile your graveyard. Cool. Your Jumpstart cards, your Undergrowth's not going to trigger. And then, yeah, everything that you Sevilled in there to maybe recur, get it out of there.
We have another Deafening Clarion in the board in case you need to kill the little dudes or gain the life, however you need to do it. It's mostly for aggro, but that's what it's there for.
Exactly.
So why is it Ajani's Last Stand here? I need to know.
So, Ajani's Last Stand is an enchantment. 2 white. Whenever a creature or planeswalker you control dies, you may sacrifice it. If you do, create a 4/4 white avatar token. So if you have time, you plop this down turn 4. If they board white, you have a 4/4 flying angel token. But with all the new discard spells that are coming out, this is perfect for it. So if a spell or ability an opponent controls causes you to discard this card, you get a 4/4 angel. So if they're like Nicobolus, discard that. Cool. Whatever. If they do turn 1, player discards a card, lose a life, and mill the top card, then you're like, oh, turn 1, I have a 4/4. Like, it's just really good.
That's alright. I can get behind that.
Yeah. Especially if you have a bunch of lands and they're like Thought Eraser or whatever, the blue-black one, and it's all they have to choose it. So they're like, oh, okay, well, I have a 4/4 now. Thanks. So it's just really good, like, gotcha card for sideboard.
Alright, I can get behind that.
Yeah.
And the final card of the board is Shalai, Voice of Plenty. It's the 1 white and 3 for a 3/4 flyer. You, planeswalkers you control, and other creatures you control have hexproof. Pay 2 green and 4, put a 1 counter on each creature you control.
Yeah. Counters won't come into play, but this is also another honorable mention because if you can't get Aurelia's, Shalai, hopefully you pick them up because it's just a perfect swap in the main board.
Yeah, it fits the same mana cost, and it's just good because it gives all your dudes hexproof. Like, don't target my dudes.
Yeah, or me.
Yeah, thanks.
Like, literally, like...
swinging in, killing you.
Yeah. This also gets rid of Settle the Wreckage we've already talked about before, but yeah, it's just really good. So yeah, that is the deck. Like I said, I play tested it. I love it already. It's probably going to be my main deck until I get really sad because when people figure out the meta and like it doesn't work right at the moment, which usually happens in the first month or so. But I love it already. It's my favorite.
It's a pretty silly little deck. It's got a lot of get there, so.
Yeah. Get there, creatures that pump each other up, that makes me happy. Spells that just destroy their creatures. Like, yeah, it's going to be awesome. It's going to be fun. With that, the list will be down below, just in case you want to check it out. And Kevin, thanks for joining me on this little thing here. Hopefully you enjoyed your stay here at Geektopia Island. Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Be sure to like and comment on the video. And to get our latest and greatest, go ahead and hit the subscribe button as well. And to get notifications, there's also a little bell that you can hit. Now, if you want to look at some old deck tech videos, go ahead and click to the right. And if you want to see them in action, click the videos below. Thank you.